Cruise 28 here, or Cruise Films. This is my first video on this new channel. We are playing Fishing Planet. I was going to show you guys some spots that I used to go to. Now, I haven't played, I'm just now gotten back into this after about 4 or 5 months. They finally came out with a huge update. We're at Mudwater River, Missouri. Before the update, this was the starting place, just about it. And so I noticed that things have changed pretty radically. I'd say that in the sense of the way fish fight, fish behavior, and all that. To me, they've gotten harder to catch and stuff. I had to do a lot of experimenting. So, so I have to use I use an ultralight reel, and I have to switch between this. So, bear with me on it. I ran out of cash. I could never catch any of the fish before, so I'm going to try to do it now. Now, you see this spot here? Back when I was, back before the update, when you had just a little bar on the side, now you have this bar that shows 93%, 98%, 99%. Back then it was just one bar, and wasn't too complicated. I kind of like the new system, but like I said about 4 months ago, it was a lot less complicated. What I'm doing now is I'm using a bass jig, 3.0 hook, and I'm doing, and of course you do get hung up more frequently. You just increase your drag and pull up to get unhooked most of the time. But yeah, let's see here. Oh, hold on. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch a bass in the time of this video, but we'll see. It says I'm doing straight, but I'm supposed to be twitching. There we go. I gotta get used to the new setup. We're gonna try it right out here. But yes, I was gonna tell you guys that before the update, this is where I would catch trophy bass using a 3.0 hook with a jig, and I would twitch. And usually it would work. But like I said, with this new update, it seems like the fish, unless you go like up to a higher level like North Carolina, it just seems to me like the fish, it's harder for them to bite. Like you're not getting them as often as you were before the update. But let's see if I can get one. Okay, well they aren't going after this one. I'm going to go back down to the 2.0 jig and see what happens there. But what I was going to tell you guys is right here is what was the prime spot. I'm still tampering with things, still getting used to this new update. But these lily pads were, you know, right around the lily pads, around the grass. This is where the hot spots were. Like I said, I don't know what's going on now. I have caught bass. The biggest one I've caught was 2.60 pounds, but I haven't caught a trophy yet. So I'm not sure what's going on. I have caught some bowfin when I was fishing with crawfish out here trying to catch some bass. You see where my line is now? If you would throw out there with a 3.0 hook, big bobber, and put a crawfish on it, about 40 inches on the leader, threw it next to that, where I had my line, next to the lily pads there. What I've called is bowfin, trophy bowfin, but I just haven't got no big, no big bass at all. I don't understand why, but I'm not sure. And of course, you know, the time of day. I'm going to try the lift and drop now. But, let me increase the speed. There. And I was hooked. Increase the drag. I will tell you guys this. It's not like it was before the update. Before the update, you could go out here and I could fill up a 33-pound net in less than 15, 20 minutes. Now, it takes 20 minutes for me just to catch a dang fish. Well, you know, a bass or a good size. Now, I could go catfish. Oh, there we go. Looks like the lift and drop is the key this time. Alright. It's probably a small one, but there you go. 1.64 pounds. They are here. They are alive. Yeah, you just gotta tamper with different baits. But yeah, this was the original area. Back before the update, if you guys are interested in catching bass. Back then too. Dang it, that scared the hell out of me. I thought I had a fish. Back then, the bass, the big bass, was the money fish. That's what people, they'd come here and grind the bass to get money. And but yeah, before this video gets too long, the bass jigs always had good luck on those. The 2.0 seems to be working in this specific area. The bigger the hook, the bigger the fish. So let's say, for instance, you wanted to, you know, just use a regular telescope rod, you know, with a hook and all. What you'd do is if you wanted the big fish, the big catfish, you'd go with a 3.0 probably hook, big bobber. You'd come down here and you'd use crawfish cut for your bowfin and for your bass, and small cut bait, medium cut bait, cheese, pet food, and breadcrumbs for your, or pet food for your catfish and your bowfin. I mean, in your bullhead. Small minnows are good for bass too. This would probably be a better setup because this is a kind of a lower area. This is like what, level 5 to something. I'm not sure, but your small minnows would work good for that. I would go with a 2.0 hook though for your bass. Let's see. Yeah. So, and of course they got the new stuff like the crawl. You get a level 15. Got your jig heads. I'm not really too good at the jig thing yet, I mean, I can see if they'll buy it, buy the new crawfish thing. But for the guys that's low level, I would literally, if you didn't have no cash at all, nothing for anything, I would literally just go with a bobber and crickets or small minnows or something that says in the description it goes for bass. So I would definitely do something like that. And you can come to this location, which I'll show you here in a minute. I'm just doing a lift and drop with this crawfish, but let's see if I can do. Okay. But yeah, this is where you would go. Well, in the past, this is where you'd go. This right here would be this last song of summer would be the top choice, and you'd throw over there the lily pads. Okay. Now this place, the Catfish Haven, the new one. Okay, right over here is where you see that bank. That's where we were just fishing. These were the two boats ahead of us. Okay, what I do when I come out here is I cast right over there, and I reel in repeatedly. Right here, I reel in. Right here, all in this area here. And I jig, I do slow dropping, lift and drop. I use different lures. And over here is where I do a lot of catfishing. I'll throw the bobber right here, let it drift, and then boom, catfish. And you get your boo head, your bull heads, whatever you call them. All right, now I got another tip for you guys. Is right here. If you see that tree, now I'm not up high enough yet, but to catch your trophy freshwater drums, you would need to get shrimp and a large hook, large bobber, and you shall throw right out here. And that's where you catch your trophy freshwater drum. Okay? And right here, I'm going to go show you guys this real quick before the video gets too long. Right here, once you get high enough level, which I'm not too high yet, you get your flies, and you cast right up in here, and you catch your unique bluegill. And you can also catch trophy bluegill with wax worms and a number one hook, about 20 inches in the leader right here. And right over here, I used to, I don't know if they've changed it, but right here, in between, oh, come on, where's the fishing pole? Well, if I can get my, well, I guess will they allow you to fish here? Okay. Alright, right here, in between these two, or in between those, or right in here, you could catch gar with cut bait right up in here, and you just let it drift. But that is way advanced. I don't even know if you could get a gar in now. Back in the old days you could, but I can't even get in a a freaking trophy bowfin now without fighting him for 20 minutes. But yeah, this is the tips in Missouri. I know I haven't caught much fish to prove it to you. It just takes freaking forever nowadays. But I will be making more videos, and subscribe, like, and I do appreciate it. Thank you.